So there's news of another The Thing reboot coming, and it's coming from Blumhouse and Universal.
Everybody's a suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
Wolfman's got Nards!
Way back in November 2001, Michael Bay had the idea of making his own production company called Platinum Dunes. And the reason I'm mentioning Platinum Dunes is because the first few horror movies that they brought out, first big few horror movies that they brought out that were very successful, were reboots / remakes. And it makes me think that this is what Blumhouse are doing now. Blumhouse have created some very original horror movies, but it looks like they're going down that path of the reboot remake that Platinum Dunes done way back in 2001. In 2003 they brought out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and in 2009 they brought out what you could call a remake / reboot for Friday the 13th, and then another remake they brought out in 2010 for A Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm sure Platinum Dunes, definitely Michael Bay, had something to do with the I was going to say the Texas Chainsaw again, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot in 2014. So the Platinum Dunes were at the time the big company for horror movies bringing out these reboots / remakes, and that's when Blumhouse comes in. Blumhouse have brought out Halloween in 2018, a reboot / sequel you could call it, and then they brought out an all-out remake of Black Christmas in 2019, even though there already was a Black Christmas in 2006 as a remake. And now the news is a prequel, a reboot or a remake to the 1982's The Thing. I would say the positive for another Thing movie is that it is with, and I might sound contradictory here, but it is with Blumhouse and Universal, meaning that it's with Jason Blum. Jason Blum already knows and is friends with John Carpenter, so I'm pretty sure that during the making of the 2018 Halloween and the Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, he's been talking to John Carpenter about his ideas of another Thing movie, and I have a feeling the Thing, I'm excited about it. Not really. I think if they do it well and if they do a lot of practical effects, then it could be an effective movie. But The Thing is a very perfect movie, almost like Halloween as well. And I was happy with them remaking and rebooting and bringing sequels out to Halloween. So I'm not that fussed that they are bringing out the Thing movie. At this moment in time, I'm not overly excited about it, but time will tell. If we see a cast coming, if we see some production stills, some ideas behind it, then we'll be able to gauge if we're going to be excited about it or not. But at this moment in time, I'm not that fussed. What do you think of the remake craze, guys? I know that the remakes were rife back in the mid-noughties and the late noughties with the Texas Chainsaw, the House of Eyes. We even had a reference in Scream 4 about the amount of remakes that were coming out in Hollywood, but those remakes died down for a little while. They're creeping back in again, but not as sequels or remakes. They're creeping back in as reboots, but they are really remakes disguised as reboots. But what do you think of the whole remake, reboot franchises that are coming out these days? As always, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.